Hey guys, welcome back. Today's probably one of my favourites. I'm making Thai beef salad today, as I said I would be. This is due to a lot of demand from family and friends, Brianna and Maria. Before I get started, I just wanted to say a couple of things. Big thank you to Darren Brown in Canada. He's using my recipes in his restaurant, Boomerang's Cafe in Port Alberni. Secondly, I'd like to say I hope my mate Tomo, and everyone has a mate in Australia called Tomo, and if you don't, you're lying. He was bitten by a brown snake a couple of weeks ago and he's convalescing at home. Say happy birthday to my mum in Scotland. So Kate Webster, happy birthday. I love you. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Thai beef salad. Here we have 2.3 kilos of pure Australian Angus black beef. Once you trim it up, guys, really all you need to do from there is get nice 1-inch cuts of steak. Okay, so just let the knife do its work. Now you don't have to be too accurate. You don't have to get the tape measure out and get 1 inch. And I'm not very good with my measurements. However, these work. Once you've got it all up, we're going to season it. We're going to oil it, and we're going to throw it on the barbecue. Now, one of the tricks to barbecuing, and I'm not going to teach you how to barbecue because that's a man's domain. You guys, you own your own barbecue. You're the king of your barbecue. However, don't make the mistake of oiling your barbecue because that's when the smoke comes. Oil your meat. Put the oil directly onto the meat. It takes on the seasoning a little bit better, and it stops the smoke. So, as I said, I'm going to oil all this. I'm going to season it up. I'm going to throw it on the barbecue. Now, for this particular recipe, I only want to cook it to, well, rare actually. So maybe 2 to 3 minutes each side, but also want to sear around the outside of the meat. So I want to sear the edges of the meat. So, and I'll show you all that when I come back in once it's done. Okay, so we finished grilling the beef on the barbecue. This is 2.3 kilos of prime Angus beef. What I've done, I've seared it all the way around, including the edges. So 2 to 3 minutes each side. I want it to be rare. So, yeah, so it's nice and red, no blood. We're going to use a process today called denaturation, which is where we use citrus juice to uncoil the proteins of the meat. Big word, science involved, don't worry about it. You just add citrus juice to your meat, it does the rest. It kind of cooks it for you. So basically when you're using a piece of meat like this, it's a massive piece of muscle, okay? Our pathetic human teeth aren't suitable to cut through this muscle. So we need to make sure that we cut, anytime we cut a piece of meat for presentation or for food, cut it across the grain. Our poultry human teeth can take small portions of the muscle, and we can't take massive slices. So if you go with the grain, you're just getting a massive piece of muscle. And it's not going to work. We're going to make the dressing for the salad. So here we have all of the ingredients, all of which is available at your local supermarket. 1 continental cucumber, 6 spring onions, finely chopped, 3 bird's eye chilies, de-seeded, 3 stalks of lemongrass, finely chopped, 6 cloves of garlic, 1 iceberg lettuce, 1 punnet of cherry tomatoes. Generally what we would do would be using, for a kilo of meat, we would be using 7 tablespoons of lime juice to 3.5 tablespoons of fish sauce. Because I'm using double, we're going to be using 14 to 7. So always double the lime juice to the fish sauce. Coriander and mint. And I'll show you how to put that all together. Okay, so everything, the kitchen sink goes in here. So there is 14 tablespoons of lime juice, 7 tablespoons of fish sauce. Don't make the mistake of putting fish sauce on your french fries, tastes like shit. Lemongrass, straight in there. 6 spring onions, finely chopped, straight in there. 6 cloves of garlic, finely grated or pressed. Broke my press today, so straight in there. 3 bird's eye chilies, straight in there. Now, Guys, I warn you again, if you are cutting up chili, please either wear gloves or wash your hands thoroughly prior to going to the toilet or touching anyone that you love. The other thing that I forgot to mention was palm sugar. Palm sugar is one of the key ingredients in Thai cooking. Thai cooking is all about contrast, so sweet and sour. So we've got the lime juice, which is sour. We've also got the fish sauce, which is salty. We contrast that with the palm sugar. So we're going to finally grate that and pop it in there. Just one of those will do. If I'm fucking putting it, I'll cut that. Alright guys, so the meat has been in the fridge for probably about an hour, hour and a half now. What we're going to do, we're going to cut it very, very finely across the grain. And the reason you cut it across the grain is because it's a piece of muscle, and cutting it across the grain allows us to eat it with our pathetic human teeth. Again, be careful with your fingers. So, get a nice sharp knife and start going across the grain. Now, what you will see, because we've only cooked it for a limited amount of time, it's going to be a rare cook. Now, we are going to use a process this time called denaturation, as I explained. It's where you put a piece of meat into either vinegar or citrus juice, and the citrus juice uncoils the proteins of the meat and softens it so that it looks cooked. It remains tender and amazing. Now this is a process that the Asians and the South Americans have been doing for a lot of years. The Asians doing it with their sashimi, and the South Americans doing it with their ceviche, each of which are amazing. So today we're going to do that with our beef. Okay, so we're finishing off the meat now. All we do is we add 1 cup of coriander finely chopped and 1 cup of mint finely chopped. Blend it through the meat. Add it to finely shredded iceberg lettuce, finely chopped or sliced cucumber, and halved cherry tomatoes. Pour it over the top. There's your Thai beef salad. Get in there, give it a crack. cookingforblokeswhocan't.com.au. Alright guys, so this is just to prove that real people eat my food. This is the one that forced me to make the Thai beef. Well, not forced me, urged me to make the Thai beef salad. This is Brianna, her husband Jason, my wife Frances, and behind the camera my beautiful daughter Talia. So guys, get in, have a crack, get cooking. cookingforblokeswhocan't.com.au.